How much you got left in your bottle, man?
Oh, literally almost nothing.
Oh my God. I mean, Pierno out here with Channing Frye. We're here for the Slam Wine Night and NBA preview. We're just going to go through all the teams, go through all 30 teams. Channing's going to give us a little preview for what he's thinking. And there's only one rule tonight, and that's that by the end of the preview, we both got to finish a whole bottle of wine. First up, let's start with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is that dude. But
yes.
Boy, he nice. Old school, silky smooth game. I respect what they're doing in OKC, but it's going to be a long year, right? The only justifiable reason to go to Oklahoma City is to play on that team because of the crowd, because you're going to be good. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant. And now that they blew it up, hell no. It's going to be miserable. And it's Corona, so no fans, can't go out your house. Hell no. Good luck. Good luck, Shai Gilgeous. Here's to you, buddy.
I'll say I have him 30th. I run league fits at Slam.
Oh yeah.
And they're probably number one in that though. So you know what? They might not win a lot of games, but the fashion capital of the NBA is Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
They're gonna have that loser drip. That drip is different. That 0-20 drip. Can't win the game. It look cool.
We got the Sacramento Kings next.
Boy, oh boy. They paid De'Aaron Fox. They gave him the bag, but that bag is full of rocks. They are going to be trash. What are they doing? He's ridiculous. He is such a good player. And I just he's so fast. He makes other people better. He's still growing. Put him up. He's a rose in the middle of a concrete jungle, right? It's just what are you doing? Cultivate this kid. Give him something to work with. It's just even the players, and I'm not saying the players are bad. I'm just saying those players necessarily don't fit his style. It doesn't make sense.
You got to build around a guy like that. You got to put players that come
him. Even if they're not as talented, build around him. Obviously, things haven't been working. Put people that are going to help him be better.
So next up, back to basketball, we got the Spurs.
Here's what I'll say about the Spurs. Almost like the Magic. They're not going to beat themselves. They don't. LaMarcus Aldridge is a very good player. DeMar DeRozan is the most underrated player next to Bradley Beal in the NBA. Right? Facts. My man DeRozan is, when we talk about the best one-on-one guys, how do we not talk about this dude? If you look at Popovich's style, and then what happened when DeMar DeRozan came, he switched up his whole style for this kid. You cannot be a dud and Popovich switch up your style for you. People hate or don't talk about DeRozan because we were beating the crap out of him. We're in Cleveland 4 years in a row. The dude made the Eastern Conference Finals 4 years in a row. It just happened to run into LeBron every single time. It just didn't have the personnel to match up with us. But he's a baller. So I would have San Antonio again in that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's all interchangeable. They're always going to be in a playoff hunt. They're not going to beat themselves. So I have them a little bit higher, but they are super hella boring. San Antonio, top 5 worst city in the NBA. Unless you like Mexican food, top 3.
Okay. That's valid. Next up, we got another team in the Southeast. One of my favorite teams to watch, Memphis.
They snuck up on people. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. balled out last year.
Love him.
Love that kid. I love his game, his tenacity. But when expectations and talent go like this, something has to give, right? So you're either going to allow the expectations to enhance your talent, and you're going to push harder, and you're going to expect to win, and you're going to learn from what they had an opportunity to win last year. They had some injuries. They're going to learn from their mistakes last year and grow as a team, or everyone's going to look at each other well, last year I did this, and I'm rookie of the year, and I'm doing this, or last year was like this. But people had a whole year watching film on them. I don't know. They're a young team. they're going to be really, really good for a long time. I have Memphis 9, 10, 11 with Dallas and Houston. It's hard for me to bet against a healthy John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins.
There is that. They got the play-in tournament this year, though. So even if you're Memphis and you're 10th, you're not out of it.
You don't want to do that. That's what you saw what happened last time. You don't want to do that. If you're Memphis, you got to have a great start and hope that your young guys, have discipline when it comes to COVID. Go to the gym, go the home. Go to the gym, go the home. Make sure your friends and family keep it tight. Because again, that's another thing that we're not even taking into account is these young teams, these young kids want to see the NBA life. What? These kids about to get snatched up at bars, NBA about to find them. You know what I'm saying? They out, look, hunting, doing their thing. But like, I don't blame them, but this is not the time to do that. But it's older guys who are married, have kids, are like, let's just play video games in a hotel and then we're going back home. It's no big deal. Where young guys are like, man, I want to see. I've never been to Oklahoma. I've never been to Dallas or Houston or Miami. You know, I want to see what's out.
The Minnesota Timberwolves. And I said they're going to be fun, but we don't know. I'll let you take the floor. You got it.
I'll say this. The biggest thing I remember about the Minnesota Timberwolves is when they interviewed Lizzo, when she had that shirt on with her booty out. And she was
my God, in LA.
Yeah. They were like, oh, you like basketball? She's like, no, I like number 32. Ooh. They're like, do you know him? She's like, nope. It is the best clip, and I giggle all the time just thinking about it. And she was like, ooh, look at number 32. And that's all I know about the Minnesota Timberwolves. Because everyone else, like Culver's good. Karl-Anthony Towns gets numbers. D'Angelo Russell was good in Brooklyn, but he left and they still did the same thing. So what does that mean? Maybe it's Brooklyn, maybe it's him. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do. I thought they made good moves during the trade deadline. Nothing too crazy, but they added culture guys. So
Malik,
they had Malik Beasley. I mean, he's not a culture guy, but he's a hard-nosed, tough guy.
Yeah, under the radar guy. Okay. So now we're getting into playoff territory. It's about to get a little bit more interesting.
Here we go.
Next up, we have New Orleans Pelicans.
I got them 8th with Dallas, and it's all based on Zion's health or Porzingis' health. I'll tell you this, coaching. The Pelicans are going to be, last year, I love Alvin. His style lended itself to Brandon Ingram. So you unlock Brandon Ingram. Great. Okay, Brandon, you go over there. Zion. No, it didn't work for him. Did not work for him.
Right.
So now you bring in a drill sergeant who is like, this is what we're going to do, A, B, C, D. This is what we expect of you. And Griff was really smart in doing that because now he's saying, oh, you don't know how hard it is to win. We're going to show you. I also feel like Stan is going to drill Zion so much that he will have an actual NBA skill. Because as unpopular as this is, he does not have a NBA level skill. He is a .0000000 all across the room percent freak athlete who is so crazy, like strong and just a freak of and so unique. He's impossible to scout. He's 6'6", 280, 290, maybe 3 bills.
He's not like anyone else. He's not like anyone else you've played that season.
No one. So it's hard to scout that. You can't scout his explosiveness, but he's also been hurt all the time. He played 30 games last year. So, and then when he came back, he had all that time off. He was still overweight. But so now they said, hey, we trusted you to do it yourself. And guess what? Now we're going to bring in somebody to do it for you. And you saw that picture. My man looked shredded beef like Black Rambo. And I said, oh, that's a problem for the league. I said, it's a problem for the league because Zion's he's unstoppable. When you put him in the right situation, again, he's a Amari style guy. Screen roll, can make decisions, absolutely explosive. And now that they have shooters in the corner, you can play him at the 5 on offense, roll him down. What 2 guard is going to be on that bottom weak side to meet him at the rim? Nobody.
Right.
Crazy.
I hear you.
Crazy.
Yeah. Damn, I'm excited to see that.
Excited. They're going to be ready to play every night. I know that. You know that for sure. Stan gonna get it right.
Next up, we got the Houston Rockets. I'm excited to watch John play. What do you think?
I like John Wall. I like DeMarcus Cousins. And I'm not putting James Harden in there. It depends on who they get back for James Harden. The culture's already messed up. First-year coach. I had Houston down there because at the end of the day, nobody wanted to be there. As soon as they hired the new GM, everyone asked for a trade. So what does that say about it? They didn't pay PJ Tucker, which to me is like, even though that's my guy, and I'll say this. You ask PJ Tucker, 6'6", and I hope he's listening, 6'6", 320 pounds. To guard.
I know he's a star, so I mess with PJ.
Dude, you ask PJ to guard 1 through 5 for multiple seasons, sacrifice his body, do all this, and you don't reward the man when it comes down to a contract? Is beyond me. What does that say about your team? You're showing that there is a due process to this game. We've asked you to do this. You did it. You are rewarded because of this. So it's like, hey, paint my fence. Okay, cool. I paint it. Put some extra coats, make it look nice. Oh, it's like $5. $5? I just spent 3 years painting your fence. Like, I can't be rewarded for my job? Like, sorry, I'm getting emotional about it. Not emotional, but like fired up about it. But like,
no, that's okay.
He's the only person in the NBA that does what he does. That whole D'Antoni system doesn't work without PJ Tucker.
Next up, this is like a team that I've been so excited to watch because they didn't lose in the bubble at all. We got the Phoenix Suns.
I'll say this. Bringing Chris Paul there is a big nuts move by James Jones. And Champ is my guy. Yeah. And let me explain that. You've established your culture, and your culture is Monty Williams. Monty and Devin Booker have a great relationship. Guys who are mid to lower draft picks come in and have career years. They're developing over the course of the year. Aaron Bain comes in, balls out. DeAndre Ayton, when he's playing, balls out. Devin Booker, the more other people ball out, the less he has to do, but the better that he plays. Does that make sense? So his freedom of mind is, I trust my teammates because we practice this. We are expected to play at a certain level. There's no bullshit, right?
Yeah.
When you see that, there's a time you have your hand on a button as a GM or as whatever, where you hit the button, you go, now it's time that we win, and we expect to win every single night. And here comes the pressure. Devin Booker's been getting a bag for a long time, and now he's going to start. He's earned it. Now he's going to start, like, showing why he got that bag more than he did before. He's a one-time All-Star. When you bring Chris Paul in, Chris Paul's like, listen, everyone's going to be prepared. Everyone's going to be in the right spot. You see what I did in Oklahoma City. You seen what I did in the Clippers. You see what I did for the Hornets. So don't come in here thinking you're just going to do some craziness because you think so. I think the guys that are going to they're young guys. They're young core. So not Devin Booker is young. I think he's only 24, 23, whatever he is. He's not the young core. He's an all-star, so he's different. He's different stratosphere. Aiden, Mikal Bridges, Brown, I think. There's someone else. Good. I think the one I just hit. But those guys are going to feast. But they need to realize and look at each other as like each of us is going to take turns being the third wheel for this.
Yeah.
So when they get double teamed, we have to hit our shots so that they can continue to do what they do. If they do that, if they buy into that, if they fall in love with winning and a process of working to win and how hard it is to win on a nightly basis, I have the Suns 5th in the West.
I hear that. I'm excited. That's probably the team I'm most excited to watch, because I think last summer I wasn't sure if Devin Booker could be the best player on a good team. But I think last summer. Next up, and they just added such a good piece. It sucks about Clay, but the Golden State Warriors. I think there's still something to. There's still a team to with even without Clay.
Yeah, I'll keep this one short. I don't think they're physical enough for me. Right? I think Steph is tiny. Kelly Oubre Jr. is tiny. Or Kelly Oubre, not Jr. Kelly Oubre. I think Andrew Wiggins is tiny. Draymond Green is tiny. And Wiseman is a rookie. So you just scooch him out. And then their bench. Okay, you did good and you're the worst team in the league. So what does that mean to me? Nothing. So for me, they got a lot to figure out. But I believe in Steve Kerr. I believe in their culture. I have them 6.
We got the Utah Jazz.
I got the Jazz 2nd in the West.
Whoa. Okay. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Here's why. Bogdan didn't play in the bubble. They just paid Donovan. They're bringing their whole team. They're bringing Jordan Clarkson back. They're bringing the same exact team. I think this is the last time they're going to go back with this. Gobert had a little trade rumors at the beginning, but now it's kind of like that's over. Dude, I got the Utah number 2, and they're in Utah. Whether they have fans or not, it's a tough play. Their style of play is made for the regular season. They are methodical. They're prepared. They know their system. Donovan Mitchell is like feeling himself now. He just got $200 million. He's eating caviar in the morning on his ostrich scrambled eggs. So, yeah, I got Utah too.
Next up, and this team has a point guard that you love and I love too, Dame Lillard.
I got the Blazers 4th in the West. Here's what.
That's kind of lower.
Huh?
Okay,
the Blazers are bad.
I was going to say low, but the West is so damn good, so I guess it's not.
The West is good, but then you go by, okay, the Blazers were 8th with injuries. So they have a healthy team. Derek Jones Jr., they got Rodney Hood is coming back. Lord have mercy. I had a freaking brain fart. But like, this is the same team. Melo's coming back. This is the same team that's gone to the Western Conference Finals. They have been through the fire. You've just added more defensive-minded guys to this team. So if they got better defensively, which was their main issue last year, how could you not put them 4? How could you not put them above the Suns, above Golden State, above Denver, above the Pelicans, above Dallas? So if they're healthy, that's where I put them.
Next up, you said one of your most skilled bigs. It might have been your most skilled big, Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. I
like Denver's young core. The biggest question is, we know Murray, we know who they are as a team, but they were bad defensively last year, right? Some people say they tend to be front runners until that 3-1, right? That was their image until the 3-1.
That was crazy. I'm a Clipper fan. That shit was crazy.
They got rid of Miles Plumlee, Jeremy Grant, and someone else.
Jeremy Grant can hoop.
Jeremy Grant took advantage of the fact that they said anybody else except for Murray and Jokic. And he did, but at the end of the day, they still lost. So did he? But he got the bag in Detroit, and the Lakers won a championship. So it depends on what side you're on.
Right.
Defensively, they're going to be absolute garbage. It's gross. Like, I just, like, what are they stopping? They already didn't really play good D. I think Jeremy Grant, I think Malik Beasley, I think a lot of these guys plugged holes for them. They can score, But again, they are very young guys, emotional. Michael Porter Jr. is a super talent. Can he stay healthy? Is he ready for this? And he plays a lot different than the rest of them. But they have time to practice. We'll see how it goes. I just think Jeremy Grant fit because he didn't ask for the ball. He was like, I'm here. I'm going to play defense. Michael Porter Jr. is like, give me the ball. This is how I'm. So Jamal Murray, Will Barton, Jokic, Terry Harris. That's too many. Everyone's got their fingers. Everyone's got their fingers in the soup pot.
So Dallas Mavericks. So what do you think?
I love Luka. I think he's MVP candidate.
I saw what he did to my Clippers.
KP is not playing.
Yeah.
On a consistent basis. Like they're not talented enough. They're well coached. Mm-hmm. They have skills. They're not talented enough. And then lost Seth Curry. So like I got them 8th or 9th in the West. Yeah. Maybe if KP can come back healthy, but like when is he ever healthy?
Yeah, exactly.
He's a teacher, but like that comes with a cost. So he got to figure his body out. I don't know if he needs to go vegan. I don't know if he needs to lift more leg, calf raises. I don't know what he needs to do, but he got to just be out there.
You got the LA Clippers next, which I know you got some opinions on that.
I just think they went from like the dogs of the NBA to like spoiled babies.
Yeah.
Like it's nobody's fault. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's saying, hey, this was my fault. I didn't adjust. Or I could have done something better. It's everyone else's fault. Mm-hmm. I can't really roll with that. Like everyone will agree with me. I'll say this. I'll put Patrick Beverley on my team all day, every day. Big Zubac is my guy. Played with him on the Lakers. I think Kawhi Leonard is a really, really good player. Is he a culture guy? I don't think so. Is he a leader? I don't think so. Paul George was one of my favorite guys, and I'm like, there just always seems to be an excuse for why he's not performing at his highest level, and you don't see that from guys at his level. To me, please, Paul, stop making excuses and play at the level we know you can play at. That's it. Don't talk about adjustments. Don't talk about this or don't talk about that. Be like, hey, I'm the second best player on the court most nights. I should have dominated. At the end of the day, maybe I need to watch more film to know where I can be successful. Mm-hmm. Take over a game. A coach can try to coach. A coach can coach. He can't coach somebody as talented as Paul George. But he's with the right coach now. D. Lewis, my guy. They'll be fine. I got them 3. Only because he might sit them a little bit. Right. Just so they're all healthy.
We got the Lakers.
The Lakers, when you added Schroeder, Trez, obviously Bron's coming back, AD just got paid, and then when you throw in Jared Dudley for a little comic relief, it's a good little mix-up right there. I think they they allowed the older players to move on. Hey, we won, thank you, boom, get up out of here. Trez is younger, Schroeder's younger. Wesley Matthews is not too old,
Yeah, they're going to be a problem for sure.
I
think it's rare you see a championship team get better.
Yeah, but I think people realize like how they play. Everyone gets to eat. Defensively, they are nasty.
So so your finals pick is Lakers Bucks then?
No.
Oh, let me know.
I have Lakers Boston.
Damn.